Purpose-inspired TV is under construction. During this process, we invite you to step into the journey. By joining our team, you have the chance to shape the very fabric of this channel with your creative ideas and skills. We believe that the true essence of innovation lies in collaboration, and together, we can create something truly extraordinary. We will provide content that ignites your passion, inspires personal growth, and encourages a positive impact on society. Our focus is on delivering shows that are entertaining, thought-provoking, educational, and uplifting. We want to hear your voice, your vision, and your recommendations for individuals you would love to see on our channel. We aim to create a channel that resonates deeply with viewers, challenging them to think bigger, dream bolder, and live a life of purpose. So, join us today, and together, we can make a difference, one viewer, one show, and one purpose at a time.
What's up, everybody? I pray everybody is doing well. Enjoying your summer. The 4th of July is rapidly coming real soon. Hey, if you haven't did it yet, tune in to Purpose Inspired TV. Yes, this TV just for you. You can be a part of our TV channel. We are on Roku. We are on Fire TV. We are on 24 hours, 7 days a week. We are streaming, and we have on demand. We have some good movies and TV shows, and we got some great content creators on our channel. If you would like to be a part of it, if you would like to join our team, if you want to be working behind the scenes on helping the TV channel develop and be prosperous, have a great channel that will help the community, not only your local community, we can help the community around the country and even far reaches around the world. I've got some friends over in Nigeria. I'm going to be bringing some of his content, some more of his content to our channel. So congratulations. He's working with Nollywood now, making a lot of movies. So stay tuned. We're going to be seeing a lot more movies coming from Africa, and I'm also reaching out to other parts of the world. I got some friends over in the Philippines that I'm working on getting some of their content. I got some people in different islands, Jamaica, and some of the other islands and places that we went when we went on a cruise. So some people that I got in contact with. So we're working together, but I do have some movies from Nigeria that we're going to start playing. So that's what we are reaching around the world with our channel. And locally, we have local content. We have a lot of stuff that's going on here in America. So anyway, just be a part of our team. Join our team. Help out. If you don't want to physically help out, you can help out monetarily. Yep. You can donate to the channel, and we will put that money to work and help build this channel and help especially nonprofits, all sorts of organizations that we're partnering with, a lot of organizations that we're working with, and we are not charging them to make videos and production for them. So it will help the channel do even more in the community. So this subject that I want to start off with today, I just heard in the news today. It was our lovely governor here, Gov.Desantis, signed a bill that if you have food stamps or SNAP, it's called SNAP. They changed the name, got a nice fancy name called SNAP. It's for food assistance. So all sorts of people need food. But there are some people that don't want to help people. They don't want to give people a helping hand, but they call this a helping hand bill. But I'm going to show you this video to kind of let you know what I am talking about. I got two videos, actually. I think I played this one first to let you know what's going on with the new bill here in Florida.
SNAP benefits are part of a federal program to help many Florida families and others put food on the table. But the number of families receiving SNAP benefits could dramatically drop after July. This is after Governor Ron.Desantis signed a bill expanding requirements to receive SNAP benefits. Legislation's titled Economic Self-Sufficiency. Bill sponsor Adam Anderson says it replaces handouts with hand-ups. Now, some of those requirements include more participation and training. Spectrum News 13's Jeff Allen is sharing one local woman's concerns.
Emer Roy is preparing a store-bought salad.
Without Medicaid, it's actually the only medicine I have right now.
For now, she's able to use money from her Florida SNAP, or Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits, to buy healthy food for her and her family. She says she has long COVID, diabetes, and heart problems. But as we reported when we talked with Roy earlier this year, she didn't qualify for state Medicaid benefits.
According to the state, I'm medically complex, but I don't get Medicaid, don't get SSI, I've been rejected for everything. And so the only real medicine I have right now is to eat healthy.
But thanks to changes to SNAP benefit requirements, recipients 18 to 59 years old will have to complete a minimum of 80 hours a month of an employment and training program in order to keep those benefits. Roy says she doesn't think her health would allow her to complete that requirement.
The only reason I'm able to speak to you right now is I had a beta blocker earlier so that my heart would regulate and so that my breathing wouldn't be too heavy. So there are days when I can hardly move my joints, and I can't get medical care right now.
Roy says she has tried to find at least part-time work.
I've been trying to get work for a while, set up a little office area, set up for remote, and I've been on LinkedIn. I've increased the enrollment so that I can do my own skills.
But she says with her challenges and caring for family members with disabilities, she worries she'll fail to meet the new requirements and lose the assistance she now gets for food, nutrition that's now getting her and her family by.
I'm clinging on to life, and I will absolutely keep fighting, the fighting spirit I have. But, God, cut citizens a bit of a break.
In Orange County, Jeff Allen, Spectrum News.
Now, the changes to the existing law will take effect in a week, Monday, July 1st. We did reach out to the governor's office with several questions about this. They have referred us to Department of Children and Families. Jeff is still waiting to hear back from them. Those work requirements will take effect next week, in addition to the eligibility rules already in place for Floridians to receive SNAP benefits, which include proof of identity, Florida residency, and U.S. citizenship, a gross household income at or below 200% of the federal poverty level, and a requirement to report income and work hour changes. Individuals can also be deemed ineligible based on characteristics, including violations of SNAP program rules, criminal conviction, or fleeing a felony warrant, or students attending an institution of higher education at least half-time.
So
SNAP
let
benefit
me go back to this part here. I got to go back.
Ineligible based on characteristics, including violations of SNAP program rules, criminal conviction, or fleeing a felony warrant.
Let's stop it right here. I'm kind of speechless for the moment. I understand. I can understand on both sides. I can understand that some people, yes, may be abusing the system, but to cause everyone to be punished, I don't really agree with that. So let's go back to what the requirement: proof of identity. I just read it. I'm not sure how true the story was, but I was had my niece this weekend, and we went to a restaurant. And when we came out of the restaurant, it was a homeless lady came up to me with a long story. Something they have a long story. I don't like to hear the long stories, but she had a good story. She was telling me her story, and she was saying that all she wanted was $25 to get her ID. She said when she can get her ID, she'll be able to get some medical. And basically, a lot of doors will be open if she had an ID. She didn't have money for the ID. Why don't we have free ID? And then I thought IDs were $5. She actually showed me her phone, said her phone's about to get cut off. But she showed me her phone and showed me where it's a charge here in Florida, $25 just to get a plain old regular ID. That's ludicrous right there. So, I guess that might be tied back into the election where they saying that you got to show an ID to vote. So now you're charging $25 just to get an ID for someone to go vote. That's another story, but it's kind of fishy. So why is this lady homeless on the street? She showed me her leg and she got issues going on with her body. She can't get any help because she didn't have ID. She couldn't get food because she didn't have the money to get ID. So I gave her most of the money to get ID. I pray she was telling me the truth. But why? Why do we have to pay $25, especially if you're just trying to get a couple dollars just to get a meal? So $25 is a lot of money. If we go to work every day and get a steady income, no, $25 is hardly anything. That's a soda and a snack. That $25 is gone. But for someone that's on the street or someone that's on a extremely fixed income, $25 is a lot of money. So I don't why are we charging $25 for ID? So we spend millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars on campaigns. We just throwing this money away. Why can't we put some of that campaign money towards getting people IDs? So everybody that needs an ID, it could be paid for in one campaign contribution. It's crazy. So let's look at some of these eligibilities for SNAP. So if people who may be watching this from other countries, and I've traveled the world, and yes, there are many countries. I think majority of countries don't have any kind of safety net. What's a safety net? That's when if you are unable to take care of yourself, and the government is to say you fall back on the government, and the government will take care of you. I've been dealt with people like in the Philippines. I remember a situation. Someone I knew was in a bad car accident, and in the bad car accident, it was bad. So they got rushed to the hospital. And you get rushed to the hospital, the doctors are not going to do anything until you pay. They're not doing anything. They're not going to take care. They're not going to do anything for you until you give them some money first. So needless to say, my friend that I knew, they passed away because no one paid the medical bill. So yes, we got it good here in America where you have to, if you get sick, something happens to you, no matter what your financial status is, they will take you to the hospital. They will patch you up. You'll worry about the bill later. There may be some other type operations, but especially in emergency situations, they will take you to the hospital. They will try to save your life. So back to this list. Proof of identity. Okay. Residence. So you must live in Florida. Okay. What if you're homeless? Well, how do you prove? But anyway, we skip over that. And then citizenship. So what if someone does come here illegally or legally, and they are unable to provide food for themselves? So we're going to say you got to starve because you're not a citizen, and we're not going to look out for you. Okay, I don't think that's the American way. Income limits, you can't make but a certain amount of money, and it's a lot of working poor out there. I'm talking about working poor. You got a full-time job. It's a lot of people in the military. When I was in the military, I was in this situation. I was recently married, got an apartment, had a car. So my whole paycheck went towards my rent, the car, electricity, the basics. There was very little money left over for food. So I understand. I'm going to play this next video. There's a lot of people in the military that's still like that. The ends barely meeting. I can remember I think that was Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving over in San Diego. And I can remember I paid all my bills. All my money was gone. And we didn't have any money for our Thanksgiving meal. And I remembered that when I was in Charleston, I had this bank account that I stopped using. And I remember it might have been, I knew it was a couple of dollars on it, $20, $25, not much. I knew some money was on the card. So I hadn't used the card. So now I can remember standing at that ATM the day before Thanksgiving, try my best to remember the PIN to get that last $20 out of that account. And I'm just punching numbers in, just trying to remember, like, if I don't put this PIN in, let's say Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving was on a Thursday, and I probably was getting paid the Friday after Thanksgiving. So I just needed to make it through that one day. And I'm at the ATM, didn't have any friends. I was in California. I'm from North Carolina. So I had no family over there, no friends over there, no one to turn to. I didn't know of anything. I didn't know anything about going to anywhere to get food because hadn't been long moved to California. So I didn't know which way to turn. I don't think I was in a church yet. So I didn't have a church to go to. So I was desperate to remember that PIN number. So I'm at the ATM just punching numbers and praying, like, Lord, if I keep on getting it wrong, that card's going to get, they would have kept the card. So I'm punching, and I just knew I didn't know that number. So I think at the last minute, I punched in the right code. I was able to withdraw. I don't even know it was $40. It was just enough for a meal. So the money I got out, either $20, $40. I went to the grocery store and bought 2 Cornish hens and whatever, some things to go with the hens. And that was how we made it through that Thanksgiving. So a lot of military people, they do struggle. You think they work a full-time job. They are defending the country, and a lot of them don't have enough money to make ends meet. So now they talk income limits. So let's say a person makes above that limit of income, they're paying all the bills, taking care of the kids, and there's not enough money left over. So now reporting requirements, they got certain requirements that you have to continue to report, and if you make a little extra, they're gonna take away the stamps. The SNAP, they're gonna take it away. I don't really agree with that either. So I'm have it open for people to leave comments. It reminds me of this story of a young lady that was on. She was on what we call welfare. So she was getting assistance for her and her child, and what she would do, she would learn to manage her money. So she was managing her money, and so it was a little bit of money left over. So she took that little bit of money and put it in the bank every month. Take a little bit from what she got, put it in the bank. As soon as the government found out about it, they kicked her off the system because she had some money in the bank. That's sad. When she's learning responsibilities, she's learning to be wise with the money, but the government is not designed that way. So if you try to help yourself, you try to prepare for the future and the thing, no, she got knocked off the system. So that bothers me. But anyway, a lot of people in the military, there's a lot of working poor out there, and they need the food, financial help with food. So now some other requirements. If you have a conviction, let's even just a conviction, you got a conviction and you are released, and it's hard to get a job. So you're struggling to get a job. So that means you don't have money to pay for food. So it's a smart idea to make sure these people don't have any access to the SNAP program. That doesn't make any sense. So they should have stayed in prison to be able to get a meal, to get fed. So now they say we got a felony warrant. Again, we're not going to feed you because you have a felony warrant. Okay, it depends on what crime they did. So if they stole a can of beans to feed their family, then they got a warrant for their arrest. I don't agree with that. But if they done murdered somebody, okay, yeah, let's starve them out. Now, breaking the program rules can cause ineligibility. They kick you off the program. So imagine you got a 5 cent raise on your job. 5 cents could throw you, making you make too much money for the program, and now you're ineligible for the program. And if you don't report it, now you're getting punished and penalized like crazy. So now you got to make sure let's not get a raise. You're getting a 5 cent raise, but the to be able to feed your family, you need way more than 5 cents. What's that dollar, whatever. So you didn't hit that limit to where they don't want to help you with the SNAP, but you're still not at the place where you can financially take care of your family. So a lot of this stuff should be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. And now this last one, I couldn't believe it was up there. Students attending high or higher education institution may also be ineligible. What is that? So you're trying to go to school, you're trying to get an education, and I know a lot of students struggle with getting food while they're in college. We all know that. A lot of people, they survive off the noodles and pork and beans, stuff that they can scrape by. So they're saying if you attend higher education, higher institution, they don't want you to be on the program. They don't want to help you. Please tell me why. Please, somebody, why are you trying to harm the people? So here's I got the list of what they want you to do. So I broke down work for stamps. That's why I put on the advertisement for the show. You must work for food. So they want you to work or go to training. If you're under the age, well, you above the age? I'm sorry, above the age of 18 to 59. 18 to 59, and with no kids, and no disabilities. So that lady in the video, she has plenty of disabilities. So I believe she should be exempt from this working requirement and training requirements. So I think she should be good. But 18 years old, without kids, up until 59, they expect you to work at least 80 hours a month, or you should get some training, get some kind of skill training, 80 hours a month. So now, again, it should be a case-by-case basis. I think they're throwing all this in one big bucket. So let's go up to today, 59. So somebody that's probably already finished their career and just making it through life, trying to survive, and they need some SNAP to help them just to get by the month with food. So they're saying they got to go out and work before they qualify for this program. So now they got to prove that they work 80 hours. They got to prove that they're taking training. So they got to jump through a whole lot of hoops just to be able to get fed, to have some food. And what they call it, they say we're the richest country in the world. And you got to fight to have food. And then other people just throwing food away. It's countless videos of different stores throwing food away. It's not the perfect quality. They throw it away. Actually, I just saw this thing online. It's a new company that sells imperfect and bruised food. Some of that the fruit and different things, fruit and vegetables have to be perfect or perfectly straight and all that, or they throw it away. So this company goes in, it's perfectly good food, nothing wrong with the food, but they get these imperfect food and then they sell it, package it up, and ship it to you. I was interested. I haven't dug into it all the way, but I think that's a good idea, and it should be cheaper than going to the regular grocery store. But I'm going to start asking, what's your feedback? What do you think about the governor signing the law that if you don't have any kids, if you're above between 18 and 59, you're required to work 80 hours a month? What do you think? I think some kind of requirements, but I don't know about this across the board, and just putting a strain on people because they want to be tough on people. All right. So here's another video I want to show about the same subject.
Roughly 1.6 million households in Florida rely on the government to put food on the table. Recently, a backlog in SNAP benefits is putting pressure on area food pantries. But as our Liz Crawford found out, relief could be on the way.
Helping families get by one meal at a time.
You can't survive on $10 an hour here in Tampa, Florida. There's no way. And so again, you're forced to decide whether you're going to eat or pay your rent.
Feeding Tampa Bay, a nonprofit serving nearly 1 million families in West Central Florida, feels the pressures of the community.
If someone is eligible for SNAP and they can't get it, we want to make sure we step in and provide enough food until those benefits are there.
The Department of Children and Families runs the SNAP program in Florida. It's experiencing backlogs in getting people their benefits due to workforce vacancies.
In just the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've seen some of our sites rise as much as 25% in need.
It's not just people dealing with benefit delays that are showing up here. Feeding Tampa Bay predominantly serves people who aren't on government assistance.
Within the military community, right now we are challenged by food insecurity.
Marla Bautista, a military spouse, runs a nonprofit helping veterans. She says many don't qualify for SNAP benefits in the first place, but they don't make enough to cover all their basic needs.
We are sacrificing either food or child care.
We have a responsibility to take care of those who looked after us.
10 Tampa Bay got a hold of a letter the DCF secretary wrote to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It asked to waive some requirements for SNAP recipients to help them process applications faster. DCF is waiting approval, and if you need food for yourself or your family, we have information for you within this story on 10tampabay.com.
So we thank God for those different programs, those different organizations. Our ministry was one of the locations where you can come in and get food. It was just, it's sad. It was sad to see. I was happy to work with them, but to see those long lines, the very first time we did it, we ended up messing up the traffic flow, where the police had to come in and shut the thing down. They had to shut the giveaway down because there was so many people lined up. So then we revamped it and got it back together and figured out a better way to get the people to come in and flow through. So you can see that all throughout the city, all throughout the state, where a lot of ministries and different organizations, they give away food on certain days of the week. And the line is long. And the financial is not just poor people. It's not the people that you expect, like the homeless people. You're not expecting just some people that's got nice cars. They look like nice, look like they got it together, look like everything's together, look like they have no worry in the world, look like they have no problem with money. They were in these lines getting and needing food. So it doesn't matter what your economic state is. So you never know. Just by looking at somebody, can't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people need help with food. So I don't see why we have a state or a governor that's trying to do things to stop helping people. So I might be on the wrong side of it, but like I said, I think if it is some people who just prefer to do nothing, they don't want to do anything for society other than society doing things for them. Some people have generational, I don't know if it's a generational curse, or just a generation after generation, they get on the system. They can't wait to get on the system. They can't wait till they get old enough and to start having children. And then the government give them an apartment. Then the government starts sending them a check. And the government starts sending them money for food. So those type of people, they are abusing the system. But then there are other people that are just need the system, just need it temporary. Yeah, I know. I benefited for it when I was a child. So I understand. And you go through it. So, and I think decent people will work hard to be able to get off the system. they work hard to be able to pay their own way. That's what decent people do. That's what I believe decent Americans do. But there's other people, like I said, abuse the system, and that's their paycheck. So I'm not going to go to work. They already got it figured out. All I have to do is have a child or two. This how much is coming in, and they're going to give me everything I need, and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to work. All I have to do is, you just live the good life. A lot of them are not living a good life. Some are living in some rat infested places, but some of them they just used to it. But that's another story for another day. So I would like to see what everybody thinks about the governor signing the bill that actually goes in effect July the 1st here, 2024. I don't think people got too much time to get prepared for it. It's just 2 weeks before it was to go in effect. That's when he signed the bill. So July the 1st. So I guess, I don't know, those people are going to get the money on July, and they have to have requirements met by the next month. I'm not sure. Someone can dig into that and find out what the requirements are. But yep, July the 1st. They want you to work for food or show some kind of work. All righty. I have another story here. This is a shaking my head story. There's so many people doing so many crazy things, and I just saw this story pop up. Let me see if I can bring this video up. Share video, and see if y'all gonna be shaking y'all heads too. Can y'all hear this crazy story? And here we go.
Know that it's legal to marry your first cousin in 26 states? Yes. The story of a Utah couple with the same grandparents recently went viral. The cousin couple traveled to Colorado to legally tie the knot and then launched a petition to change the law in their home state. Wow. True team, what say you marry your first cousin?
That's a little weird, and it's amazing that so many states still allow it.
Yeah. We're talking about shared DNA, and you can have kids that have genetic disorders.
Yes.
I mean, there are consequences to this kind of conduct that people really need to think about. They're not just hurting, the family, but if you bring kids into this world after you've married your cousin, you're putting that child at risk, and that's not fair.
And that's my biggest problem, is that maybe this couple is just completely uneducated about the type of genetic abnormalities you can be passing on to your offspring, and then that keeps going. It's the horrible gift that keeps on giving.
I had a case with a family where cousins had married, and this little girl was severely, severely disabled.
Wow.
As a result
Mental
of these two marriages. She had cerebral palsy. She had deficits in terms of her cognitive ability, her developmental, growth, everything. She was in a wheelchair, feeding. It was horrible.
But
because
what's
of
up
two
with
cousins.
these states and not changing legislation? I mean, that's where we need to get to our legislators.
Well, hopefully cases like this will cause them to.
All right. So that's what I've heard of kissing cousins. Now, 26 states in America. I don't know about the other countries. I know some other countries they don't play it. It's some very extremely conservative countries that's not, good and well, you better not even say that out loud in certain countries, but then there are other countries that everything is allowed. So I think America's right here in the middle, and we're constantly changing. I think a lot of the things is not changing for the best. Why? It's so many women in the world, so many women in the country that you got to marry your cousin. I don't know what's going on with the world. What's going on with this thinking? And then so here's my take on it. So you can do wrong. So it's a free country. God gave everybody free will. You can do wrong. But my biggest problem about this is how people do wrong and they want everybody else to support them in their wrong. or now the advocates, and then they got to go and pass laws to try to change laws so it'll make it legal for them and other people to fall in line with their foolishness. That's what bothers me. So in these situations where they want to vote and change laws of how young someone can get married. Now that's married your relatives. Now you can. They're probably going to. I probably already now. I know there's lawmakers that I've already heard them saying, lawmakers that are pedophiles, and they want to pass a law to make it legal for a grown man to be with a grown boy, or a grown woman with a grown. I'm sorry, a grown woman with a child, or a woman, a girl. So that's my problem. So they can, if they want to be kissing cousin, all this craziness. I done seen mothers marrying their little sons, and probably overseas, I've seen old men marrying children. I've seen old women marrying children. A lot of those were not their blood relatives, but I've seen stories where the mother and the son are lovers, and the dad and the daughter are lovers. So that's this kind of stuff. It's disgusting, but what makes it worse is when they want to legalize it and get more people to join in their nonsense. So if you want to do wrong, go do it by yourself. But don't come bring that mess back to society. Don't come and try to make people look bad if they don't agree with you, or like I said, try to get more people to agree with you in this nonsense that you're doing. So no, I most definitely do not agree with I do not agree with the kissing cousin or marrying your cousin. It's nonsense. So I'm gonna move on to another story, and that was, let me see. I don't know if this the right one or not. I want to play this prank call that I heard earlier. I don't think that's the right one. Can I play somebody? I'm sorry, I'm looking at my screen, trying to decide, and then there's no telling what they're going to say. Let me see. I'm sorry, I didn't have. I don't know what problems I'm going to get if I do play it. Okay, I'm just going to talk about it. I won't play it. I won't play it. I'll just tell you what happened in the prank. Because some of these, I can't. It bothers me sometimes on the different pranks. Okay, here's the prank where the wife calls the husband and was saying that she can't do it anymore. She's she said, we're pretty much saying that they're over. And the husband is saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? And then he hears this male voice. Oh, let me talk to him. So the male gets on the call and says, I can tell you what's going on. He's like, why are you on my wife's phone? And why are you calling my wife by her name like that? Why are you on the phone? No, don't worry about it. He was just saying, me and your wife are at the airport and we're going to leave. So the husband is getting, especially a husband that really loves his wife and they had a good marriage. This husband is boiling on the inside. So why is this man on my wife's phone? Why is this man with my wife? Why are they telling me we're at the airport? They're at the airport. So I guess the husband is getting extremely angry. So the prankster, he's still saying stuff, telling him that I'm just ad-libbing. You didn't treat your wife right, and she wants to be with me. And the guy, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to my wife. I want to talk to my wife. But the guy would never let him talk to his wife. So now, man, imagine all these feelings and emotions that's going on inside of this husband. I can't even really fathom all the different thoughts that's going through his mind. You're on the phone. Yes, the wife is trying to break up. Not the husband. The wife is breaking up with the husband, telling the husband she's going to leave with another man. They're doing this over the phone, and the husband, like, just put my wife on the phone. So what he's reaching. What can I do? And he's reaching. He's not there, so he don't know where they are. So the only thing he can hold on to and grab onto is the conversation with his wife. So that's what he keep on saying. Put me on the phone with my wife. Put me on the phone with my wife. So as long as he can't talk to his wife, he's totally 100% helpless on keeping his wife from leaving. So imagine all that is going on, all these emotions, all these feelings going on in his head. And now, you can hear it in his voice. He's about to cry. He wants to talk to his wife. He wants to do something desperately. What can I do to save, keep my wife from leaving with this guy? So I'm trying to paint that picture of what's going on in his head, and I'm feeling the same thing. I'm like, I can feel what he's going through. So anyway, so eventually, after all of this, they tell him it's a prank. It's just a prank. Your wife is not leaving you. Your wife is not cheating on you. Your wife is not about to get on a plane and leave you. Your wife is not going to leave with this man. Your wife is not going to abandon you. All those thoughts that went through his head are now, that was fake. We were just playing with you. But a lot of times, that still caused damage. Just because they said it was a joke, all those emotions went through his body. That's a memory. That's a memory in his head of his wife doing that to him. Even if it was a fake, that thought of her doing that, it will always be in his head. It will always be there. Now, she's like, yeah, she was just joking, so maybe she's going to do it for real one day. I can't explain how much damage that one prank did to that man. I can't explain how much damage it did to that relationship. So people laugh and joke and stuff, but it's real. Just like a dream. Like your body, your mind, your memory don't know the difference between a lot of times. Well, some dreams, but some things that comes to your mind, it don't matter. It's going to get registered in your mind. It's going to be stored in your memory. So I believe that the damage that was done, how upset this man was about losing his wife, it caused some damage there. And that level of trust that they had is damaged. So she could say for the rest of her life, I was just joking. But it's damaged there. It's you can't see it physically. And you think when you just say it was, when people say it's just a prank, it wasn't real, it's some damage done to that relationship. He told her to get your butt home as fast as possible, get home. So he's going to be happy to see her. But I guarantee you, that's the stuck in the back of his head. It's not, you can laugh at it now, but he went through those emotions. He literally went through, it wasn't that long, but he experienced that trauma. That was some trauma that he experienced, that his body went through, and you can't go tell your body that was just a joke. Throw away that trauma that you just went through. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, he knows, and he can go back and try to tell himself that it was just a joke, but his body went through this trauma. So it was real trauma. At the moment before they said it was a joke, it was 100% real. 100% his wife was leaving him. 100% his wife was with another man. 100% his wife was cheating. All those things were 100% real. And all those memories, all that emotion and feelings he went through was real. And just because you say, I was just joking, it doesn't erase those feelings that he went through. It doesn't. So he's stuck with those feelings for the rest of his life. So I think a lot of times people be doing these pranks and they think it's funny. They are damaging people. I've heard some of them, some even pastors, it's funny. Yeah, the pastor got so angry that the pastor started cussing, or some of them, they hold it and they don't cuss. But some people really get upset. Some people, probably get the guns and get ready to cause some serious harm. And then they say it's just a joke at the last minute. But those emotions are still there. And I can imagine this guy, it's just like she cheated on him. I think, come from my point of view, as a man, I think if I went through that and then she told me it's a joke, it's a lot of times when people joke about stuff, not always. I hate to say this, because I'm now incriminating myself, because I don't believe that's always true. Like, I might crack a joke and I'm not, that's still just a joke. But sometimes you crack a joke. Some people crack a joke, and they crack a joke. They say, I can't think of no examples. They might crack a joke about you, and then they say it's a joke, but they do really feel that way about you. They say, yeah, you show. I can't think of no good examples right now. Let's say somebody that always calling you ugly, and they say they're just joking. You ugly, I'm just joking. You ugly, I'm just joking. After so long, so much time go by, yeah, they really probably do believe you ugly. They're just trying to cover it up in a joke. It's the same thing as if a lot of people crack a lot of jokes and say stuff a lot. Sometimes you got to read between the lines. Maybe somebody say something one time, it was a joke. But if this person cracked the same joke over and over and over again, I'm starting to think that is really what they're thinking. Well, they might crack a joke, something nasty or something mean. A lot of times that might be really what's deep down in them. So I don't really like to play around with jokes, especially not true. But yeah, basically going back to what I was trying to say is, I think certain things cause damage. And even not only if it's a prank, back to that video I played the other day about it was the husband and wife and the stepchild, but the wife kept on saying, you can leave if you want to leave, or saying different things, trying to put a man down just in the heat of the argument. So it's similar. So you are doing a practical joke, you saying different things, and then when you believe that whoever's doing the practical joke, they believe when this joke is over, it's going to be over. But that situation that you caused, especially like we know words are spiritual. So whether they're joking or not, they're still out there. And so now, let's say like you in an argument, you can tell if somebody really loves you if in the midst of an argument, do they have control, or are they constantly saying stuff that they claim that they really don't mean? I really didn't mean to say that. I was just upset. I didn't really mean that. I was upset. The love that you have for the person should override of you saying hurtful things. But some people, they don't have control over it. They don't have control over themselves. They don't have control over their tongue. So they like to use that tongue to slash and cut up and cause harm, and then say sorry. And one thing I used to always say, saying sorry does not take those words back. So those words went out there, slashed. Imagine in the spiritual, you done slashed a person with the word. They got slashes all over the face from the words that you said, and they ain't not mad no more. And they ain't saying, well, I apologize for what I said. That person still got those slashes all over the face from the words that you said. So you can't take them back. Words are spiritual. You can't take them back. Now, yes, you can try to bring some kind of healing or healing process, but if you do it on a constant basis, there's no time to heal. If you're constantly doing it, you constantly saying you're sorry, and then these words come out again, slash. I'm sorry, I didn't really mean it. Okay, slash, you're doing it again, and you're constantly putting reopening wounds. So it's really in your heart. So really, what's in your heart is what comes out. So if you really truly love your spouse or your mate, when you get angry, that's the test of it. When you get angry, what you release. A lot of times, if you were holding back, I think some people they do that. Everything seems to be cool and all that, and then as soon as we get in this argument, I'm letting it all out. I'm dumping it all out. I'm gonna dump it all. It's coming from a woman's point of view. I'm gonna dump it all on him. I'm putting it all out on him. I'm gonna cut him up. He can't keep up with me. I'm spitting it all out. I'm cutting him up with everything. And then after you let it out, he's changed. The relationship has changed. He could have thought that your relationship was better than what it was. Now he see that it wasn't. Now he he's going to carry himself differently. And I just remember, I'm sorry, just something popped in the back of my mind about, it was a video. It was a pastor saying, women don't ever, if you finally get your man to open up, this might be changing the conversation, going in another direction. But if you finally get your man to open up, a lot of men, they keep stuff to themselves. If you finally get him to open up and then you turn around and knock him across the head by what he told you, he's going to shut down. He's never going to tell you anything else again. He's never going to let anything out. He's just going to just give you teeny tiny bit. You're never ever going to know what your man is thinking if you ever take his words and beat him up with his words. That's a warning for women. So you don't do it. Don't matter how mad you get mad at him. Don't bring up something he say he went through as a child, and something was embarrassing, or something that he kept from people, and you're the only one that he told, and then you turn around and use that against him in an argument to get a lick in, to get you want to get you a low punch. It's not worth it, because you may be destroying your entire marriage off of bringing something up in the past, and he could probably not. He may not even. You may not see the reaction at that point. It's gonna be like he done wrote it down. It's in the back of his head. It's written in stone. I told her this, and she brought it up, and she used it against me. So now, what you gonna do about it? It might take him a while. So what you gonna do about it? It's still there. So, and I want to go and say, I haven't seen men do that a lot, but I can say it's probably is men out there to do that. It's probably 100% guaranteed where a woman open up to her man, to her husband, then he turns around and uses the words against her and beat her up and make her try to feel like a nobody from the words that she opened up to him. So I say on both sides, don't do it. So looking back around, even if you're joking around, I would be careful. I would be watchful of the jokes that spouses say to each other, and then even in arguments. So I believe in my first marriage, everybody, a lot of people that know me, I'm in my second marriage, but in my first marriage, that's when I really knew that there was no love there. Because when we got in an argument, and people just say you can't argue by yourself, yes, you can. I would be sitting there for 30 minutes, not even saying a word. And I'm just getting, blah, 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 blah. I'm just sitting there. Blah, 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 blah. So then she started trying to find stuff to get under my skin. And then finally she get a little reaction out of it. I'm still sitting there. Blah, 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 blah. Then she started bringing up stuff that, that was personal, or stuff that I opened up to her. Now, finally, after 30 minutes, she finally saying something. Now I'm finally get to the point of wanting to defend myself, but not physically. But you want to say something back. Now I'm all worked up. But if that end up turning physical, the cops getting called, I'm the one to get arrested. It's crazy. I do remember I told a story earlier about our now I remember remember the story. I don't know if this story helped the conversation at all, but I remember, like I said, in Thanksgiving, I'm talking about being in the military is another what I was talking about earlier. Being in the military, didn't have hardly any money, so I was able to scrape up enough money to have us enough money. If we had 2 Cornish hens, and that was our Thanksgiving dinner, I believe around Christmas, I was able to have a turkey. So then what we do remind me of my mom when we would have turkey, and after we finished the turkey the next day or so, we first start off with her. She taught me to take all that turkey off the bone and take that turkey and make turkey salad. So I've been doing this turkey salad thing, man, good 30 years, 34. Ooh, that's a long time. So anyway, I was doing that one night at my apartment with my first wife, and she was going to town. Oh my goodness, she was laying it on me. And I'm in there with a big old butcher knife, well, not a butcher, a real long, sharp knife. And I'm in there just taking the turkey off. She just going off and off. And we was in again, I don't know if this story helps at all, but it just popped in my mind. We was in the studio, so we had the Murphy bed. So the bed was put up, and she was sitting in a chair or something in the other room where, like, I was in the kitchen. You could see in the other room, but she had the lights off. So she was in the dark, but she was just laying it on me. I was just, oh my goodness, she was on and on and on. I'm trying to ignore her. I'm making turkey salads. I'm taking all the turkey off the bone, and she just going on and on and on and on and on and on. Like I said, she's getting worse and worse and worse. And finally, I couldn't take it no more. I took this whole big, gigantic turkey carcass. I probably finished getting the turkey up, and I grabbed this whole thing. And this is really outside of my character. I really used to commend myself of not reacting, but this time it got what she was saying. It got to me so bad, and it was going on for so long. I grabbed this whole turkey carcass and threw it as hard as I could through this room. I didn't know where she was at, but all I knew, it just finally got under my skin so bad that I grabbed this turkey and threw it and just screamed, "Shut up!" So you hear the turkey hit the Murphy bed, and bones and stuff just flew everywhere. And then she runs in, then she comes in the kitchen and still at me, still going. And then she walks up on, so I got this knife in my hand, got it down at my knee. And she walks up to the knife, and the knife is poking her in her jeans. I can still see it. It's not cutting through that, but she just walked up on it. And I'm not like spazzing out anymore. I'm calm back down again. So now I'm like, this woman is crazy. She finally got under my skin to get me to throw that bone, that big old thing in there. But now she's coming in here and walking up on a knife. And I was like, so now it's, I'm not even mad no more. I'm thinking this lady crazy. She's trying to get me to do something. Like, so needless to say, that marriage didn't last. Like, so it was crazy. But I don't think I have never since that time that I've never like lashed out or did anything like that, especially towards a woman. I think my mom and dad taught me how to have restraint and to never hit a woman, no matter what. They can talk about me, do whatever, hit on me. I'm not gonna, I try to push a woman off of them, but I would never like get in a fight with a woman. And it was a woman, it was a man pretending to be a woman, and that's a different story. Okay. I'm gonna add. I don't know if anybody want to join the conversation. Put in the comments. I can add you in. Y'all can jump in. I've been doing a whole lot of talking myself. I got a comment from here, Mr. Willie Hall. I don't play like that. So you're referring to you don't play, you don't say certain kind of jokes. I don't went for an hour. You don't have that in your marriage. That's what you mean, Mr. Hall. I wish I could join you in. And then, what's up, sis? It's like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. Yes. And as kids, I probably tried and squeeze out too much and try to put it back in the tube. Yes, I agree with you. I got the who cares. Then I got I'm joking. Needing content. Who cares? And I'm joking. I need a little bit more, please, if you're still there. But yeah, anybody want to jump in on the conversation? This last conversation was, I will ask y'all, what do y'all think about practical jokes, especially practical jokes in relationships and marriages? Okay, he said he don't joke like that. Yes, I agree. It should be certain things that's off limit. I believe, especially in the marriage where we're coming from the point of view of a marriage, talking about divorce should be off limit. Which don't even. That's not even a consideration. We're not going to say the divorce word. We're not going to talk about divorce. You get mad. Yes, get mad. Okay, but I'm still here. You still here. So as soon as you start talking divorce, that's a way of an escape, something that you can start holding on to and start considering. So now you don't put that thought in your mind. Maybe divorce. I want to be free from this. So no, it's best not. Don't bring up the word divorce. Okay. I'm saying it's always a male ego, like communicate. Why it's got to be the male ego? But okay, I'll take that. But I think not all men come into relationships with a bad male ego, bad attitude. I need to look. I'm gonna put a link. You can come in. Let me see. Hold on a second. Copy. And I'm putting the link in the comments. Paste. Share. If you see that link, you can click on that link and you can join in on the conversation. What? Come on. Okay, so you're not going to join me. All right. So any other comments? So I discussed 3 topics today. I think some people came in later on. The first topic was, what was the first topic? The first topic, the governor just signed a bill that is going to require anyone that's from the age of 18 to 59, if you're on SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, if you're a recipient of food stamps, the governor of Florida is requiring you, if you do not have any child, if you do not have any disabilities, and if you do not have a job, he's requiring you to work at least 80 hours a month or be in some kind of training. So I know you can't spend the rest of your life in training. So I guess eventually he's still going to want you to go to work. So he's requiring you to work at least 80 hours a month, or he's going to want to kick you off of the SNAP program. So I just wanted to get people's feedback on that. And the second story that I discussed was 26 states. There are 26 states that allow cousins, I'm talking about first cousins. I ain't even talking about second, third, fourth, fifth cousins. I'm talking about first cousins. They allow their first cousins to get married. So you know there a lot of that's really inbred. That worked back in the Bible days at the beginning. That don't work now. So that shouldn't be allowed now. But it was a story about a couple that wanted to marry their cousin. They were kissing cousins and decided it was a good idea for them to get married. So I'm fine with them. If they want to go get married, go do what you want to do. But when they come back and want to pass laws and change laws and legalize it. So far, almost more than half the country, 26 states, has already legalized it. So it's spreading. Like I said, some countries are more conservative. You know, they're not putting up with that. More countries are more liberal. They put up, they accept everything, any and everything. But I think we as America, we're probably, in the middle, I would say, in between. So before I go, anybody want to jump in? Any other comments? They ask about that when you apply for your license. Yeah, they ask, are you cousin? Are you relatives? But I had a map. The way the map was on the screen, it was just showing from the west to east, and I didn't see which way Florida was. I would think the way Florida's going, I think this would be a state that that's not it's not legal. I don't know. I could be wrong, but 26 states says it's okay. But we know a lot of the whether it was legal or illegal. We know about. I don't know if I'm making the state look bad, but anyway, West Virginia and Tennessee and Carolina mountains. So a lot of that was going on. There's some TV shows and documentaries about it. I think the famous movie Deliverance. That's a lot what it's about. So you can see the results of close relatives today than and what it causes. And I know somebody asked. Let me see here. Yep, as I think so. Yeah, we are such a conservative state, or ruled by the conservative, that they're probably not allowing it. And I'm just jumping to the Bible study just a little bit. So some people, they were saying, where did Adam and Eve's children, where did they get wives and husbands from? It was their sisters and brothers. I know it's hard to understand that, but I was watching a scientist explaining how pure our genes were in the beginning. There is no flaws or no diseases and nothing wrong with our DNA at the beginning. So, and it was if you're gonna start off the world with one man and then create a woman from a rib, you got to multiply. The only way you can multiply is with siblings. But over time, God cut that off and shut that down. So we're not supposed to be marrying our brothers and sisters and close relatives. So now they're trying to change the law and like, yeah, mama can marry the son and the son can marry the daughter and all this craziness. But I call that an abomination to do it now. But back then, it was permitted. It was needed to be able to populate the earth. Now it's not. There's 6-something billion people on earth. You can't find another person of opposite sex out of 6 billion people. What's wrong with you? You got to go to your cousin. You got to go to your child. Okay. What should we got? Remember, the family was following. Remember the family I was following on YouTube. Oh yeah. Me and Sharice watched this family where some of them was bad off. Their mind was messed up. We're talking about like an inbred family. Some of them, their mind was gone, and this guy would go and visit them and help provide anything that they needed. So some of them they couldn't work, they couldn't do anything. So their mind wasn't right because of their inbredness, and it was for generations too. It was let's see. You need to join in too. Most of the family is. We say most of the family is were mentally challenged. From I think so, but I'm gonna have to get y'all to join in next time. But okay, I thank y'all for joining in. I am challenging myself. I don't know if y'all know this. Okay, yeah, most of the family has problems. I fell off the boat with my going live, so I'm challenging myself to go live for 7 days in a row. So this is day 3. Sunday, I started talking about men's mental health, and then being able to go through the grieving process. A lot of people know I lost my mother recently, and so I went through that story, so I'm not going to repeat that. And then Tuesday, I think I did have some shaking my head stories. I can't think of what some of the stories were, but some crazy stories that's in the news. So here we are. That's Sunday. Wait a minute. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This is day 4. I don't even know how to count. So anyway, so I'm looking for some more topics to talk about for the rest of the week so I can meet my challenge of going live for 7 days in a row. I would like for y'all, if someone want to join me, if you got a subject that you would like to talk about, Or if you've got a subject that you would like for me to discuss, send me a message. All right. Again, I thank you all for your time. And remember, if you haven't already done it, do us a favor. Do your brother a favor. Go to Roku or go to Fire TV and download our app. We are on Roku. We are on Fire TV. We are Purpose Inspired TV. We are hanging in there, but we would love your support to join us on Purpose Inspired TV. Do you have any content? Do you have subject that you would like to talk about? Do you have some cousins that have some content? You ain't got to marry them. You can get some of their content. If they got some content that we like, and people like want to go beyond being on YouTube, want to go beyond being on Facebook. You would like to be on Roku. You would like to be on Fire TV. You want to take it to the next level. Get with us. And also, not only you can go to Roku and Fire TV, you can also go to watch.purposeinspiredtv.com. You can watch it from anywhere. You can watch it from your phone. You can watch some TV shows. You can watch our on demand from your phone or any kind of devices, or on your big 90-inch TV screen in your living room. Just bring us up. You see my face, and if you got some content, we can see your lovely face on our Roku TV. We got some good oldie shows. I got right now we got some stuff up there about Juneteenth. There's some good educational videos about Juneteenth, and we also have some good videos about men's mental health from Men's Mental Health Month, and also I got a tribute to Sidney Poitier. I got a lot of Sidney Poitier movies up there, and I didn't realize how good they were. When I'm researching getting the movies, I start watching them, and I'll be sitting here for 30, 40 minutes watching. They got into the movie, and I can't wait. But now I can go back and watch the movies on demand on the TV channel. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. So again, join us tomorrow, if you don't mind. So if you have been watching From the Mind of Little Joe, so everybody, be blessed. Until next time, Little Joe out.
Purpose Inspired TV is under construction. During this process, we invite you to step into the journey. By joining our team, you have the chance to shape the very fabric of this channel with your creative ideas and skills. We believe that the true essence of innovation lies in collaboration, and together, we can create something truly extraordinary. We will provide content that ignites your passion, inspires personal growth, and encourages a positive impact on society. Our focus is on delivering shows that are entertaining, thought-provoking, educational, and uplifting. We want to hear your voice, your vision, and your recommendations for individuals you would love to see on our channel. We aim to create a channel that resonates deeply with viewers, challenging them to think bigger, dream bolder, and live a life of purpose. So, join us today, and together, we can make a difference, one viewer, one show, and one purpose at a time.